And as a first generation person who is a child of immigrants, I know how often parents push this separation of you're African, you're not like them, you're better than them because you know where you're from, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let's be clear. This is a PSA for these Africans who have children here, who have the nerve to drive this narrative in their head.
Summer staple has been watermelon, the seeded kind. But I want to highlight some of the benefits and attributes because I think that we have been living under persistent, strange systems of misinformation. And particularly if you're Black, I know there's still some Black people that will not eat watermelon because of the caricatures that were prevalent in the Jim Crow era. Contains potassium and magnesium, which is another key mineral that we're often low in.
My I see you, girl. It's really I see you, king. And it goes to Lieutenant General Russell Honoré. Now, if you're unaware, this month marks the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, which was the costliest at the tune of $160 billion and the fifth deadliest natural disaster in U.S. history. So I recently watched the 5-part doc series by Ryan Coogler that is on Disney Plus. And I know some of y'all are like, well, how many docs do we need about Katrina? Until we learn everything, because I, who have seen plenty of these documentaries, still learned new things about it. So keep them coming. Surprise, surprise. There's more. Okay. So the 3-star general, also known as Ragin' Cajun, was one of 12 who was appointed to lead the Joint Task Force, and thank God for it. Amid all of the ignorance and incompetence, he was one of the few voices with real common sense.
And we're back.
We're back. Hi, everyone.
Hey, we're so glad to be back with you. Another
Always.
episode.
Another episode. We are out of office.
And we have to turn the autoresponder on. It's time to check out. Sit back. Plug in. We've got a good episode for you this week.
Oh, yeah. Chock full of goodness. Chock full.
Well, chock full. So you know that we're going to mention something about Nicolandria.
Oh, you know,
it has to be.
I already declared it. It's the summer of Nicolandria. As a matter of fact, my out-of-office reply is, I'm currently preparing for the Love Island reunion set to air tomorrow.
Oh, everybody's going to be gone. It's going to be, the dust is going to be blowing through the main streets all across the United States. The Love Island reunion.
I'm going to a watch party.
Nobody in the grocery store. If you have any errands, what time is that on tomorrow?
I think it starts at 6.
Is it live? It's on Netflix?
No, it's on Peacock.
Oh, okay. This episode is going to post on at the same time. So if you're listening to this early in the day, this won't be applicable if you listen after Mondays. But our episodes typically post on Mondays. This is a good time if you're not a Nicolandrian to go run your errands.
Yes.
Nobody is going to be in the grocery store.
Pretty much. The streets will be empty.
Those gas lines at Costco, empty.
Like, why is this restaurant so open? There's so many seats. Everyone's watching.
Couldn't get a reservation? You can tonight.
Wait. There might be some watch parties at bars or restaurants around town, but I'm going to my friend's house, so I'm very excited about it.
Listen, all the places that you wanted to go.
Man, I'm ready for this reunion because we'll see who's on the right side of history after this.
I'm going to get Costco gas tomorrow, so I know what time to go.
Hilarious. What's your out of office reply?
My out of office. I am currently out of office as I'm in an emergency session, learning that Tamia can't get enough line dance for once and for all. I'm Black, damn it. I should have this down by now. I should have it, and I don't. So all regular work will be suspended until the emergency conditions have been resolved. Thank you. Until I can do that grapevine in a square, whatever's going on with that line dance, I will have it. I feel I'm going to start a regular update. The Tamia line can't get enough line dance status.
I can't. What prompted this, by the way?
I saw a video. It was like, if you're a Detroit girly, you know you're about to pop that Tamia line dance. Can't get enough line dance
And you're
anywhere
like,
you
I'm
are. And I'm
not gonna
like,
pop this line dance at all.
I I will get into this later in this because I do have a more substantive update, which prompted this when I realized I need to hold on to my black card. This is not good. It's not good.
You're like, you're
It's not
not
good.
going to out black me.
I will not be, and not in Detroit, where it's like it's a dangerous line. Like, you'll be out here and everybody else has it, and
But you.
I'm like, it's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna be that one. It's not gonna be.
That dance looks so complicated. I keep watching
It's
videos of it and I'm
very
like, I'm
complicated.
not gonna learn this
It's
at
so
all.
deep in Detroit that I was at dinner at a restaurant. Now, it was a Cuban restaurant, but we were at dinner, and of course the line dance popped up. People left their tables, food steaming, forks dropping, plates. Everybody's on the dance floor, and everybody knows the line dance. Every ethnicity, everybody knows it, but me.
Really?
But
So you were just
me.
sitting there by yourself eating your
No,
food.
I got out there because I was like, I'm gonna learn it. And then everybody else is facing east and I'm facing north. And I'm like, this isn't right. So
But where people like,
I will
come
not
on,
lose.
girly, I'll follow me and I'll teach you. Or people were like, "Ugh, you don't know
They
this
were
dance?
looking at
It's so
me
hard."
like
Oh,
you're not
oh,
from here, are you? And I was like, I
oh.
am from here, but I spent too long in California. So I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. The emergency session is currently in process. That's we gonna get it together. In the
Be like,
meantime,
well, I'm waking up early to learn this shit. Okay. All right,
early.
good. Well, I support you in this.
Well, I see you, girl. In the meantime.
In the meantime, I see you, girl.
Well, you do
So,
yours because mine is shorter, much shorter.
okay. Well, my I see you, girl. It's really I see you, king. And it goes to Lieutenant General Russell Honoré. Now, if you're unaware, this month marks the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, which was the costliest at the tune of $160 billion and the fifth deadliest natural disaster in U.S. history. So I recently watched the 5-part doc series by Ryan Coogler that is on Disney Plus. And I know some of y'all are like, well, how many docs do we need about Katrina? Until we learn everything, because I, who have seen plenty of these documentaries, still learned new things about it. So keep them coming. Surprise, surprise. There's more. Okay. So the 3-star general, also known as Ragin' Cajun, was one of 12 who was appointed to lead the Joint Task Force, and thank God for it. Amid all of the ignorance and incompetence, he was one of the few voices with real common sense. The
Amen for
man
that.
wasn't there to posture or virtue signal. He was there to do a job and he got it done. And I'm going to give you some examples of what that looks like from Lieutenant General Russell Honoré's perspective. So the head of FEMA at the time, Mike Brown, boo. In my opinion, he was the problem. That's why I said boo.
You, sir, are the problem.
He's the problem. He set up in Baton Rouge and he had an office there in this fancy trailer, Lieutenant General's words, not mine. And he was like, I need you here next to me. And the general looked at him like, what are you talking about? No, I need to be boots on the ground. I saw those people in their eyes and I know what they need. So I need to be there to give it to them, not be sitting up here up in Baton Rouge worrying about what dinner you're going to eat because you need your rest. Yes, that was a real scenario on the dock. The other moment that really stood out to me was he was walking around and there were these guards who were just, their guns were ready to go. He was like, put your gun down. Put
What
them
are you
away.
doing?
Like, why are you locked and loaded, ready to go? And that's because the governor at the time was more concerned about protecting property than the 50,000 people that were waiting for food and water for damn near a week. So I'm going to say this. there were many incredible people in this doc, but whenever he came on screen, I knew he was going to talk some sense. I knew he was going to drop some gems, and he did it with flair. So he's retired from the Army, but he continues to speak on disaster response and preparedness. So hats off to you, sir, and thank you for your service. So
Oh,
thank
thank you
God
for
for
your
Lieutenant
service.
General.
And Ryan Coogler does it again. So
Make
the
room for that.
documentary.
Make room on that shelf, Ryan, because the documentary is fantastic. It's 5 parts.
Oh,
Definitely
five
watch it
part
all
on Hulu,
on
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus because Hulu is about to be phased out.
Okay.
So Disney Plus, and I'm going to be watching. Well, this is actually part of my what I'm on right now, so I'll leave
Okay,
it
so we'll
there.
save
But
it for
we'll save it for that.
I'm on right now. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so my ICU girl, it's about time that I continue my highlighting of the bookish community. So I wanted to give a shout out, ICU girl, to Book Girl Magic, Renee Hicks. And
Ooh.
she has been a bookstagram influencer as long as I have been writing and longer. But when I first started with Black Girls Must Die Exhausted, it was like the very, very beginning of bookstagram. And so I started about the time that all of these Black book influencers were starting. And it was such a labor of love to see them highlight our book. It was what we needed, especially as Black authors, to break through, and especially for Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. Renee, Book Girl Magic was a day one, and has continued with every one of the books I put out. So I wanted to highlight her and the rest of the Bookstagram community, but I'm going to be doing this in different episodes, just highlighting some of the Bookstagram accounts and Black Bookstagrammers in particular who have been giving us recommendations and curations and have really been the lifeblood for a lot of Black authors. I feel like we have a very robust fiction landscape right now, Black fiction. And I think in large part it has to do with the support and the platforming that we've gotten from Black bookstagrammers. So I've done some Black bookstores, and now I'm going to start integrating Black bookstagrammers. And so Book Girl Magic, I see you, girl. I see you, Renee Hicks. So thank you. And if you haven't checked out her Bookstagram account, check her out on Instagram at Book Girl Magic.
Cool. I love that. I want to check it out.
Yes.
So what are you on right now?
What
this
I'm
week?
on right now. I'm still on my lip oil. First of all, I'm in love with this. Why didn't anybody tell me that
This is the same NYX lip oil?
Yes. Why didn't anybody
Love it.
tell me? So I have hoarding tendencies, so I want to go and grab all of I want to go get 3 more because I'm like, what if they run out?
Run out. Yes, I'm the same.
But anyway, no, that's not really what I'm on right now. And it stays on while I'm eating my watermelon. That's what I'm on right now. So my summer staple has been watermelon, the seeded kind. But I want to highlight some of the benefits and attributes because I think that we have been living under persistent, strange systems of misinformation. And particularly if you're Black, I know there's still some Black people that will not eat watermelon because of the caricatures that were prevalent in the Jim Crow era, trying to dissuade people from buying watermelon, trying to make Black people feel ashamed from seeing these caricatures of cartoonish figures, eating watermelon with big lips. And this is like, oh, you eat fried chicken and watermelon. Yes, I do. Because it's fucking delicious and nutritious.
Sir.
Very nutritious. Yes, actually, very much so. And so do you, by the way. So watermelon, let me tell you why it's great. First of all, it's been like a huge staple of my defluffing activities. It's been my snack. It's fills me up during the day when I'm between meals. We keep watermelon in the refrigerator. I couldn't imagine what this would be like, what this journey would be like without having the staple. And I'll tell you now why it's so good for you. It's 90% water, first of all.
Right.
It has fiber, significant fiber, so it makes you feel full when you eat it, but it does something else. It contains potassium, which we have generally low potassium levels. We have sodium, but potassium is the balancer of sodium, so it contains potassium and magnesium, which is another key mineral that we're often low in. We both supplement with magnesium. Vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin B6, and lycopene, which has been shown, I guess they've studied it, and scientists believe that it aids in cancer prevention and a host of other things that are good for you. So
wow.
So this is my ode to I'm on watermelon right now and have been all summer. And if this is your sign, if you haven't been get in your grocery store or wherever you get your fruits, getting one of the last melons of the season, it's about to be over, y'all. I'm going to be mourning the end of watermelon season. So get you
I
some,
just don't
sis.
like the taste of watermelon. I mean,
Really?
no, I just, mm-mm.
Girl, I was looking at my skin the other day and I was like, one of the articles I was reading when I was researching for this, because I was like, I gotta give you facts. I can't just be like, I love watermelon, y'all. I had to give you facts.
Right.
And they were like, it gives you the skin glow. And I was looking at one of the pictures that I took, and I was like, my skin has been doing a little bit of a glow. It's not the sea
Wow.
moss glow, although I did buy sea moss. I have it's like there's a
'Cause
whole
I'm on that sea
preparation.
moss.
You
I'm on
are
that sea moss. I
you on
love
that
sea moss.
sea moss and
Mhm.
sage, burning sage, drinking sea moss. I'm on the way. I purchased the sea moss. It takes you have to prepare it the way that I got the dried sea moss in the bag.
Oh,
So
so you're gonna
while
do it yourself.
I'm gonna do the whole thing.
Wow.
I'm gonna take it back to the elementals. But until the sea moss, I've been on the watermelon glow. So I'm right behind you. Right
Oh,
behind
cool.
you.
I didn't know well, obviously, it makes sense that it has all these nutrients in it, but I just never got I've tried it multiple times, and I'm just not a melon girly. I'm a berry girl. I
Yeah,
love berries. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries,
that's good.
strawberries. I love berries, but melons, any kind of melon, I'm like, no, mm-mm,
And then I just put
mm-mm.
salt on it. I did
On
2 things.
watermelon?
Girl, you missing out. I mean, you don't like the taste of it, but I thought that was ridiculous, and then something was like, "You know what? Just try it." So I was like, "Okay, I'll try it." It was so good. And I also juiced the rest of the melon down to the rind part
Mhm.
because there's still a bunch of water and minerals and good stuff left. So it
Wow.
made bottles and bottles of juice and it's fantastic. So I can go on and on. This is not sponsored, obviously. So
Not sponsored by watermelon.
I
No free
mean,
advertising.
no,
Hilarious.
but basically. So anyway,
Wow. Okay.
moving on.
Well, what I'm on right now is Hurricane Katrina docs, as I mentioned earlier. I watched the Coogler one, which zeroed in on the lack of preparedness on the state's part, the city's part, and a few untold stories of lawlessness that occurred in areas that weren't really affected by the floods in the Algiers section. So that was crazy. There's a Netflix one coming up on Wednesday that I will also watch just to compare and contrast and see if there are any new things. But revisiting the Katrina disaster was heart-wrenching, but absolutely necessary. Absolutely
Mm.
necessary. It served a reminder to me of our resilience, our pride, our hope. Despite how horrible the conditions were, the blatant racism, and like I said, the incompetence, these individuals were patient. There was like they
Mhm.
were patient. There were no riots. There were no murders. That was debunked. There were no SAs. That was also debunked. They helped one another. They tried
Mhm.
their best to keep the areas tidy. There was one part where this one person was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take this section, you take this section, we're gonna tidy up this area because it's getting really messy." And they're like, "Okay, cool." And they were leading cleanup efforts. This one teenager found someone that was unresponsive, found a responsible adult, one of the few that was there on the ground. And he was so validated by what he did. He was like, "So do I just keep doing this?" And the guy was like, "Yes." And so he was running around the Superdome, finding people that needed help and bringing them to the medics area, right?
Mm.
So
Mhm.
the real story of Katrina for me isn't about the tales of violence or even the lack. I mean, yes, the lack of preparedness is important, but it really is about heroism, quiet heroism.
Quiet
That's what
heroism.
quiet heroism.
And we need
The
to hear those stories. And
We
it takes
need
a
to hear those
while to
stories.
get those stories out and to really be able to appreciate them.
These people chose patience. These people, like our people, I'm going to say that our people chose patience. Our people chose community. Our people chose to not give up.
Mhm.
I'm really getting emotional. Okay. That's a story worth remembering.
Yeah. I saw a video the other day of Nikki Giovanni, and she was talking about telling the stories of Black people and what was beautiful about our stories. And it was that we choose love. We chose to love no matter what was happening. We always chose love. We choose love. And that just makes me think of what you're describing right now. And we were just in New Orleans for the Essence Festival. And it was mentioned like is the 20th anniversary. It was the first time I'd been there since Katrina, and the Superdome. It made me feel away, even though I had not been to New Orleans post Katrina. To hear from friends who lived through it, it's going to be a while until we get all the stories that need to be told out of that, especially in the ways that we were able to show up for each other, because those are the stories that get buried and don't come out until later, but we can't forget them.
We
Because
cannot.
obviously
We
people
cannot.
would like for us to forget those stories, and we will not. So
I think especially now, community is so important,
hmm
and this is how we're able to survive
right.
together. They've been through this before. The city of New Orleans, they had hurricanes that were just as devastating, if not more. But despite that, it was again, really, really, really gut wrenching to watch. But I was just like, these nuggets and anecdotes of, there was this one scene where this one man led prayer. Like they still held church.
hmm There is so much beauty in community. I've seen it here also, which I'm going to talk about, and I believe it's health and healing segment. But just seeing how we do come together as community and understanding the circumstances, what we do in the circumstances, what we choose to do is not highlighted and celebrated enough, especially the truth of it. Like we choose to come together. We choose to find joy. We choose to dig into our spirituality, our togetherness, our roots. That's more of an accurate description of who we are relative to any other narratives. So
So yeah, watch the
I
doc.
love it.
And I'll watch the one that's gonna drop on Netflix on Wednesday, and I'll probably report back too, but it's
Well,
very,
I'm
very
gonna you
eye-opening.
sold me on the Coogler doc.
Yeah, it's
So
great. It's great.
I still haven't watched Nicolandria, but I will watch Katrina.
There's time, girl. Don't worry. There's time. Nickelandra ain't
I
going
know.
nowhere.
I
There's
know.
time.
I'm getting I feel like by osmosis I'm getting the story. But we're gonna go to minding my Black business.
Yes.
Also,
What business are you minding this week?
okay. I should be minding more of my own business, but I was minding the business of others. And so I came across, I may regret this,
Oh,
but I came
what does that
across
mean?
you'll you'll you'll
Oh
you'll see.
gosh.
I
Okay, let's
came
go.
across a video by someone named Minister Yahdan.
Okay.
Okay.
That name alone.
And usually we only bring vetted information to y'all, but I need to talk about this because you see something and it needs to be discussed. But yes, this could be another Dr. Umar, but he was on
Oh
the Breakfast
gosh.
Club and they
Okay.
platformed him. So I'm just bringing this up as information. Do with it what you will.
Okay.
Be entertained. So so Minister Yada has a supplement called Apple of Eve. Now I'm not going to go into all of the claims because he claims it's like it's the blood of Jesus basically, but I'm I'm going to leave that alone because I'm not going to go into the claims. I looked at the ingredients. It's basically alfalfa, burdock, Irish moss, chlorella, and moringa in a bottle that looks like one you would get apple cider vinegar in. I don't know,
Okay.
but they charge $100 for each bottle. He,
Excuse me?
I know, he says it does all kinds of stuff. This is not an advertisement for that, but I just want to talk about it. The thing that stood out to me was I'm guessing that this evidently funds what video I saw and what I'm going to talk about. He was talking about how he spoils his wife. And he said that he pays her $150,000 a child and $150,000 every year per child until that child turns 18.
Excuse me?
So I'm like, how many bottles of this juice are you selling? And then he said he bought their first mansion and then he bought the second mansion next door for her to entertain her friends in. And he
Is this
sends her
cap?
a I
Is this
don't know. I thought
co
it was AI. I thought it was AI. And then so I went to the page and I was like, is this a real person? Evidently, there's a person. I don't know how real everything else is. So I was like, is this fiction? I don't know. But there were certain things that he was saying that do make sense, like incorporating more nutrient dense fruits and vegetables into your diet, how
Mhm.
we do eat a diet that doesn't contain the nutrients and minerals that we actually need if we ate the standard American diet, and how to and
Mhm.
thinking differently about how we eat. So there were some things that were on point, but it was
Well, the clock
worse.
is right. A broken clock is right
And a broken clock is right twice a day. So you have
twice
to
a day.
take this with a grain of sand. But I mean, a grain of sand, a grain of salt, and that you've saved from sprinkling it on your watermelon. But anyway, I don't know if what the supplements business is doing. I have no idea. I believe in
Well,
juicing, but the
evidently, we need to get into
video,
the supplement business. I mean,
I
if
mean,
you're being a
evidently it's
how
working
many
out.
wait, how many kids does he have?
I don't know how many kids total. I saw one, and then I saw her pregnant, so there's at least two. I have no idea, but he said 150 for the birth the child and 150 per year thereafter until the child
Wait, wait,
turns
wait, wait,
18.
wait.
I
Wait,
don't
wait,
know
wait.
why the cutoff is at 18,
But
but
wait,
okay.
what prompted this? Like, was
Well,
this part of this interview with the Breakfast Club? Like,
it was just no. No. He was on the Breakfast Club. Dr.
oh, okay.
Umar was on the Breakfast Club, and I'm just saying Dr. Umar is just crashing out right now in many different ways. So this gave me Dr. Umar vibes when I saw it, and I was like,
Okay. It gave you Dr. Moore vibes. Okay, so
it
he
did, because it's
said
like it's like, oh, that makes sense, but then you're like something in your spirit's just not aligning, and
listen
it's
to
like,
that discernment. That discernment never
mm-hmm.
lies.
But it was
So
interesting. You're like, I don't even know where to go with this. That's how I
I
felt.
really don't.
Like, where do
Now I
you
wanna
go
look
with
up what
this?
Apple of Eve is.
I put a link in the show notes.
I need to know
Listen,
what this is, but
I
why
did I did
$100
too.
for a bottle?
Girl,
And people are buying it to the point where he
evidently
can give $150,000 to his wife for the birth of one kid and every year after $150,000.
funded by you. Yes, exactly. So I don't know what listen,
Okay.
I have no idea. I saw it. You have to, if you choose to investigate further, you have to decide for yourself.
I will investigate
I
because I am
I will
interested.
not
I'm
be.
curious about Apple of Eve. I'm not gonna buy it because I don't think I'm already on 100,000 supplements. I have an update for y'all in my health and healing segment with my functional medicine doctor. But this sounds wild. I just
It's
need to check it out.
wild. There's something here, y'all. There's something here. So I'm bringing it up. There's something to it. It's wild. There's a story. Now, I don't know what segment this belongs in. It might not be. It might be in Jesus Take the Wheel.
It might be
It
Jesus
might
Take the Wheel
belong in Jesus Take the Wheel.
or
It
DeluLu
may
Land.
it may belong in DeluLu Land. But I felt like we would start here and then slot it accordingly as things unfold. Okay, we're starting in Minding My Black Business. I'm starting here because evidently this is the business that funds this lifestyle.
Minister
It
Yahdan
we
Yada.
we may have to put it somewhere else. So that's where we are right now. What's your business segment?
Well, typically when we do this section, we are focusing on a Black business, like you said. But this week, I wanted to switch gears a little bit. And because last week we talked about investing and buying your next job. And we
Mm-hmm.
also talked about the Black market, not the Black market, the job market that has pushed out 300,000 Black women
Mm-hmm.
in like recent months. So I wanted to talk about companies that are hiring. And so if you are Black, this is your business. Okay. Anyways, I'm a new follower of this woman named Steph.
New follower.
New follower of this woman named Steph Mui. I hope I'm saying your last name right. So she goes by Steph the Founder on IG. She's a former venture capitalist. And every week she has this series called the New Uber, which is basically, in her mind, a bunch of companies that are raising a crap ton of money, who are hiring, and will give equity in the hiring packages. So a few companies stood out to me, which I thought were really cool that I wanted to share with you guys. 50% of the people will experience a psychiatric or neurological disorder in their lifetime. And there's a company called Nudge that is creating a solution to combat that. So they recently raised $100 million for a product this is a non-surgical device that uses ultrasounds to treat disorders like PTSD, tinnitus, anxiety, and so on and so forth. So that's the company. The company is called this Nudge. Then there's another one called Crosby. And these companies, as far as I know, are hiring. So look them up, peruse the website, do what you do with this, do what you will with this information. But the next company is called Crosby, and that's an AI native law firm that does fast contract review. And they recently raised $6 million. There's another company called Shinkai, which I actually found the most interesting. It's a company that's founded to reduce fish waste.
What?
Did you know 80% of our seafood is imported? Did you know that?
No, but I do know some of it's radioactive.
And 2/3 of it is wasted. So this company is all about how do we come up with a system where we can catch and save and reduce the costs. So they raised $22 million. And look, with Red Lobster out of bankruptcy, you might want to take a look at this company because
I'm taking as long as it's not radioactive. You heard about this?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Well, they need to check out Shinkai. Last but not least, there's a company called Somni, and they have a headband that helps people fall asleep faster and have a higher quality of sleep. And they recently raised $10 million.
That's amazing.
Nudge, Shinkai, Crosby, and Somni are 4 companies. And you can go to her page. Like I said, she does this every week, but those are the 4 that I saw in recent weekly drops that I found the most interesting. Look, if you're looking for a job and you want to look at something different, check out these companies because that is where the money is residing, clearly.
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah, companies that are getting funded, and that's a great place to look where they don't always have listings that are on the traditional job boards because they hire quickly. That's a good one, girl.
I would go. What I would do if there aren't jobs listed, I would go on LinkedIn, find a person at the company and just send them an email and pitch yourself. I mean, a lot of the times
100%.
that works out. Just pitch yourself and say, hey, I really love this brand, what you're doing. Here are my skill sets. I'd love to talk about how I can be of service to you and your company. You do that 100 times, at least 1 or 2 will answer and be like, yeah, let's talk.
I completely agree. When I had specific jobs that I wanted, and I would always go to LinkedIn and try to find the hiring manager or the head of the group, because especially sometimes the higher you go, they have a little bit more bandwidth and they have a little bit more appreciation for enthusiasm. And when you really want to be in that position and you can convey that you really want to be there with specificity, sometimes that works more than just your resume, even your credentials. People, especially strangely, the higher up you go, they really want people who really want to be there.
Absolutely.
So people don't typically think to do that. They think they're bothering someone, but everybody loves help with recruiting. So
That's right. That's right. Makes their job easier. So like, oh, look at that. Someone in my inbox. So
well, now we're in the Jesus Take the Wheel segment.
Yes. So I'm going to go first because this is going to be really quick.
Okay.
I was watching Amanda Seales on Jubilee. It wasn't a fair fight. They sat her in a room full of 20 so-called Black conservatives who were clearly unprepared, and it was painful to watch. Honestly, I don't even know why it's called Jubilee because there's nothing jubilant about what I saw. But at one point, a young Black man who kept referring to Black people, Black Americans as you people, and you can imagine what that conversation was like.
What?
You can imagine it. I'm not going to talk about it. This is the point of the conversation. By the end of the clip, it turns out he wasn't even a Black American. He was an African that immigrated here with his parents from Angola. So he had no business being there because the whole point was Amanda Seales talking to 12 Black American conservatives. So I don't even know why he was part of the conversation. Here's the thing. The minute he said you people, I knew the kind of household he grew up in. And as a first generation person who is a child of immigrants, I know how often parents push this separation of you're African, you're not like them, you're better than them because you know where you're from, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let's be clear. This is a PSA for these Africans who have children here, who have the nerve to drive this narrative in their heads. This is the thing. Whether you are African or African American, we are fighting the same fight. We are on the same page. It may be a different font, but we are on the same page. Okay? White supremacy does not care about your accent. It does not care about your passport. Do you think Billy Bob, sorry for anyone that's listening that's named Billy Bob, do you think Billy Bob, who's racist, is going to look at a Black person and be like, no, 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 that's a good one there? No, no, no. So stop it. Okay? I don't participate in diaspora wars because it's nonsense. It's fiction. It's not even a real thing. But y'all tried this with Essence and Caroline Wanga and Wanga. I think that's how you say her last name. Blaming her for Essence Fest when she wasn't even there, and saying that she's not a real Black American because she immigrated here. Stop it. Okay, we are under attack. Okay, every single day we are under attack by the ops. Now is not the time to be talking about, oh, you're this and you're that. I know. Stop it. And specifically for the immigrants who have the nerve to label Black Americans as lazy or any other way any other thing outside of amazing, inspirational. What other group do you know can be stolen, brought to a new country, forced to forget where they came from, and not only survive it, but thrive? Thrive in a way where we Black Americans have figured out how to invent, innovate, all this other stuff. The reason why your ass is able to come here and take part in the education and build a better life is because of what? The work of Black Americans. We are 14% of the population in this country, and yet we dictate the culture, not just here, but abroad. Who else can do that?
Girl, speak on it.
I don't want to hear nothing. Put some respect on Black Americans' names. Just stop. Just stop. Stop with this separation. Stop with these diaspora. Stop it. Nip it in the bud, because we really need to focus on community, on coming together. That's what we need to be focusing on, not you people, all these. Stop it. Okay? That's it.
I think I agree with you. And I think in general, this might be for the fourth quarter, going into the fourth quarter of 2025, which is has been, I don't even know what to classify this year as. Stop it might need to be the slogan of the rest of it. Stop it. I mean, whatever it is, and people do know what they be on, what time they be on, whatever's going on with. They get ready to say something, to sow controversy, to say something divisive. Stop it. And I have something to say about this in health and healing. And so I'm going to leave that for health and healing. But I think you've brought up a really good point about this, that you have that choice. Stop it. Stop it now, because this is not the time. It's never the time. This is certainly never, not the time.
It really is never, especially now. It's never the time. Stop seeding this narrative in your children's minds of saying, I understand what you're saying, because again, I am a first-gen American, child of immigrants, so I understand there's a pride that you have for your native country. Absolutely. I'm not saying don't do that. But what we're not going to do is you're not going to sit up here and tell your kids that they are better than Black Americans and be basically using talking points that I can find on Fox News. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So that kid was promptly gathered by Amanda Seales, who is also a child of immigrants, and he left with egg on his face. He looked like an idiot. And he should. I can't even fully blame him, because yes, he's an adult and he should know better, but I blame the parents, because I know exactly what they were saying to that kid as he was growing up. You are not them. You are not these Black Americans running around acting foolish. You are African. You know where you come from. So don't come here with all the foolishness that I see these Black Americans and their jeans sagging and blah 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 blah. I heard it too. I'm not saying my mom said it, but I heard it too in the community. It ends now. Stop it.
I'm like, what? Well, my Jesus Take the Wheel is a little bit different. How we out here with 34 senses?
What do you mean?
We're supposed to only have 5, right? But we're out
Yeah.
here with 34 senses.
Who said we got 34 senses?
So Dr. Ciara was on Diary of a CEO podcast.
Oh, I love that podcast.
And I'm about to have to check out this episode. I saw a preview clip and she was talking about how many senses can you name? She said we have 34 senses. How many can you name?
34. I mean, obviously,
34.
eyes, nose, taste, hearing, touching, you know?
I feel like I can name 7 besides the basic 5. And I'll say intuition.
Oh,
And what I call the resonance. Like that, you get chills.
okay. Yeah.
So I'll say I'm calling that a sense. Because I think that's different from intuition. So it's
34
like
senses?
But so now so now there's 27 more, evidently. So we out here with 34 senses, y'all. So if you are only using 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1, or you're thinking that way, then because obviously some people's 5 senses are compromised for various reasons. Some from COVID, some from birth, some from life. But evidently there are 29 more.
Wow.
That you may or may not be using.
Okay, report back because I need to hear this.
Yeah, I will. But so this is Jesus Take the Wheel segment just because I don't think people knew that we were out here with 34.
Be like, why didn't we know about we got 34 senses?
Where are you on the 34? Because I'm like, I'm missing some.
I didn't even count the other 2 you just named. I was
So
like
this,
5. Okay.
Again, this may turn into a health and healing segment, but I'm teeing it up in Jesus Take the Wheel because I
love
feel
it.
like my knowledge base is woefully insufficient.
You learn something new every day, man. I love this season I'm in. I love the season I'm in because I'm learning something new every single day, and it's making life a little bit more exciting. Like, it's great. So I'm excited to hear about this. I love that podcast.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Great guest. So we're in health and healing.
Yes.
And then we land in DeluLu Land, and then
Yeah. Which one do you want to go into first?
Well, health and healing, I'm going to, there's a longer conversation that we were going to have that because of time, we want to keep it shorter for this episode. So we can push that to another episode. But I wanted to talk about joy. And basically this also has to do with being in DeluLu Land, but the idea that you can be going through something challenging, but within that challenge, you can find and should find joy. And the joy is absolute. So what I have been doing, my Tamia line dance update, but what I have found here in Detroit is that there are all of these avenues for joy. And it doesn't matter what you're going through, but it's like once you get into it, whether it's jazz outside on the lawn, whether it's line dancing class, whether it's something else happening, whether it's the neighborhood fried chicken wings joint where people come after work and just talk smack and buy each other drinks. There is a spirit here of that finding joy that has taught me this lesson about how to navigate challenging circumstances. And I thought, wow, you're in a challenging circumstance, or you're grieving, or whatever's going on, and you're supposed to carry that with you, and that's just the state that you're in. And then when it subsides, then you have room for joy. But I realize it's really not that. It's really about what room you choose to go in, or what you choose to pick up. And you can't carry 2 things at the same time. So if you're in that space, there's nothing wrong with picking up joy. There's nothing wrong with stepping into the presence of joy. And the presence of joy is you actually being present in a moment of joy, in a moment of joyfulness. and being 100% there, which you can be regardless what your circumstances are. You can recharge there and then step back into whatever it is that is going on in the rest of your life. So
Mm-hmm.
so that was my health and healing segment, is just about finding the presence of joy in whatever circumstance you're in.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if this makes sense to you or anyone who's listening, but like sometimes when you're struggling or you're in a particular circumstance, there's this guilt that comes when you step away from it to go
Mhm.
take a breather, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's it's foolish. You really need to just if you it's okay to step away. We had some
Mhm.
recent family stuff where a family member was sick and there was a vacation. And normally you would go, don't go on that vacation. But I'm so glad they did because they needed that. They still
Mhm.
got a little bit of joy. You know what I mean? Despite the really precarious news that was coming through about someone in our family. So, and now that person is doing better and it's rehabbing and is still here with us. But I can imagine the pressure of feeling like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go, but you should. There's nothing wrong with
Absolutely.
that. Look, you can still check in, you can still call, you can still FaceTime, but you can do both. So feeling that guilt, while I understand it, I think you can cut yourself some slack, give yourself some grace, and you'll feel better for it because how else are you
Mm.
going to be present for that particular situation that you're in if you're not allowing your body to like release some of that and de-stress
Mhm.
yourself,
And
right? So
recharge.
and recharge, that's it, the key word is recharge. So when you come back you can do both. That's what I'm saying. Basically what I'm saying is you can do both. You don't it's not just one or the other. You can do
Mhm.
both. So if anyone needs that sign, this is your sign. You can still have this situation at hand, but you can still find moments of joy that can help you get through it.
And should.
And should.
And should. Well, what
That
what
part.
is your health and healing for
So
today?
I think I've talked about my journey about seeing a functional medicine doctor. There's a woman named Dr. Reshma Patel who I'm seeing, and she has been just such a godsend. I'm so glad I found her. A couple months ago, I did a whole bunch of tests, a lot of blood work, some stool, some saliva, because I want to have another kid, and I wanted to make sure that my body was going to be ready for that, and I wouldn't go through what I went through last go round with having my daughter, because postpartum was just really tough. The bounce back was there was no bounce. There's no bounce. So I found out I had a parasite. That was the issue with my gut.
Wow.
So I took antibiotics for that for 2 weeks. And in doing all of those tests, I've learned that I had things I already knew. I had a hormonal imbalance, obviously leaky gut, and a whole slew of things, minerals that my body needed that I wasn't giving it. So she prescribed the antibiotics, but also prescribed a slew of supplements and too many to list. But at the end of the day, I got my period back.
You did?
Yeah,
It came back.
it came back. And that was after what, 2, 3 weeks
So
of
this is a new development from last week.
mhm,
It came
mhm,
back.
came back. So I feel great. My sleep is better. My I have my energy back. And another thing that I'm on, very low dosage of GLP-1.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know if you saw this, but Serena Williams got a lot of heat from fitness influencers who were quote unquote disappointed in her touting the use of a GLP-1 drug. And one fitness influencer, the other one was Massey Arias, who I was actually very disappointed to see her take this stance. The other one was Afro
Mhm.
Girl Fitness. And everybody has an opinion and they're entitled to
Mm.
it. But here's what she said, Afro Girl Fitness. She goes, what feels unsettling about Serena promoting GLP-1s is that it clashes with what we expect from her. Her whole career has been about defying conventional ideals. She redefined the tennis archetype for proving greatness in tennis isn't limited to one body type and made it known on and off the court that the visibly muscular and curvy female body can take center stage too. Her taking GLP-1s feels like the surrender to beauty standards she stood up against.
Well, you know what? You know what they say about opinions? Everyone has them, like assholes. And not to say that it makes you an asshole have an opinion, but you have to basically take with a grain of salt what comes out of these opinions. And for Serena or anybody else that decides to take GLP-1s and anybody with an opinion about it, you don't know anything about someone's journey, anything from what you're able to observe. If you don't have their phone number in your phone and they don't call you when things are bad and you don't know what's going on in all aspects of their life, you don't know them. So you can't judge the decisions that they make. You don't know how her mental health is. You don't know how her body's reacting. You don't know she hasn't chosen to tell you what her doctor's reports say. You can't judge.
Okay.
What you can do, I feel like, is offer your very clean point of view. If you want people to have examples of non-GLP-1 fueled weight loss or whatever it is, let it be you. You do that. Don't talk
That's it.
about other people. You
Okay.
do that. Offer that. That's your offering. If that's your ministry, get in the pulpit. Do that. But you cannot talk about somebody else's journey that you are uninformed about. That makes a completely valueless opinion. And so,
Like,
like, what are you talking about?
I was like, okay, so Serena is a world-class athlete. Like, you don't think that she did all the things that she could do and needed to do in order for her to, achieve the weight loss that like, you don't think she went through all of that? Like, what part of this did that not connect to you? That's one. Second, there's nothing basic or conventional about using a GLP-1. These drugs are still expensive. You still
Mm.
need access to it. They're still not widely understood. And I think there's this element of like people thinking it's a shortcut. It's not a shortcut. Okay. It's a commitment. All right. And it's a commitment to what? Science. Because for some people, like myself, diet, exercise is not enough. Okay. Hormonal imbalances, cortisol
Mhm.
management, et cetera, all play into it. And I think that what people don't understand about GLP-1, because people are like, well, it causes all these stomach issues. We're still studying the effects of the drug. But what
Mhm.
we know it does is that it reduces appetite. Let me make sure I get my facts straight because I really want to make sure. Yes, it reduces appetite, it balances insulin resistance, which I had, and helps people who are perimenopausal, menopausal, or postmenopausal at the end of the day make them feel like themselves again. It's not vanity. Do some people use them for vanity's sakes? Absolutely. But this is medicine that we're talking. We're talking about science. And also, can y'all stop projecting?
Right. And I mean, that's what it basically boils down to. I was going to say that. It doesn't matter if it's vanity. I had GLP-1s before the rage of it. I was on them for years.
Right.
I was very thin. In my experience, it wrecked my metabolism. I will not ever use them again. That's my experience. And if I have something to say, I will never judge another person for using them, even though I have my reasons for not using them myself. I don't think it has anything to do with shortcuts. I don't think it has anything to do with cheating. I don't think it has anything to do with any character or value judgments around a person's decision making.
Exactly.
I think it has to do with what you need and what's available. Period.
Period.
And if you want to if what you need matches what's available and that's one of the things that's available, that's what you do. That's what you go for. If your doctor says do it or whatever counsel that you're pursuing. But I don't think it makes sense for everybody to find another, basically what I said. If you don't have somebody's cell phone number and they aren't calling you, telling you about the ins and outs of their day and their struggles, you don't know them. You have
Exactly.
no idea. So we're all so accustomed to accepting what we see in social media or what we observe as the basis for formulating an opinion. And that starts to be a thing. But I just don't think you can judge. My journey, I've chosen to take a journey without GLP-1s because of the experience that I had with them. But I am not, again, I have no voice about what other people's journeys are, and vice
Exactly.
versa, and vice versa. So,
In closing, health isn't about perfection. Okay.
no.
It's about giving your body what it needs unapologetically. The healing for this is of this health and healing segment. We need to welcome science in the pursuit of joy.
Right.
Okay. By any means necessary. That is what health and healing is for me, right? It's bringing in science in the pursuit of joy. And so stay tuned. I will continue to be on this protocol that I'm on. It's going to last a month to 3 months. I think 3 months. So hopefully
Well,
I'll have a full
congratulations for the
update.
reappearance of your period.
Yes, it
This
came
is
back, girl.
like dominoes. We're falling back into alignment like dominoes here.
Yes, I love it. So thank you, Dr.
I
Patel.
love that for us. Well, we are coming to the end of our episode, and we
Yes.
are in What's Good in DeluLu Land.
Yes.
Well, I will speak about DeluLu Land, which is Detroit. And Detroit to me is officially DeluLu Land. Detroit is DeluLu Land, okay? And we are pursuing joy in every way possible. That's what I'm learning about getting reacclimated to where I'm from. But I've been to 6 concerts all outdoor. No, sorry.
Yes.
Two have been indoor, 4 have been outdoor. Last night went to see Maxwell on the waterfront at the Aretha
Yes.
Amphitheater on the river. It's one of the most amazing music venues in the world. It's right on the Detroit River. The back is open so you can see the river, the water, the boats going by. You can
I
see
know
Canada
that's
in the
right.
distance. It's so intimate. It's a small venue. So to see Maxwell, who's my favorite performer, in that venue was absolutely amazing. I'm like, I could see his nose hairs, girl. I was like, I'm
Really?
all
You were
up in
that
his
close?
face.
I love it.
I felt like, I mean, I could smell his throat lozenge. I was like, I was all about it. I was all about it. And shout out to Marsha Ambrosius, who was his opener. She was amazing. It was just so beautiful. It was an amazing experience. So Detroit is officially DeluLu Land, and they were playing the old school jams. We have Detroit techno, Detroit house. Let Me Bang is one of the songs. And I saw one of my friends from high school in the audience. She was a couple rows behind me, but like shout out to, I won't even shout out my high school class year because I'm currently in delusion about my age. So but I feel like if you want to have a good time, Detroit knows how to party. Detroit knows how to have a good time. We have figured that out. And I think it's because Black people in winter, we had to figure out how not to go crazy. So
Okay.
I think that's
Because
how
we know it's
Motown got started.
cold in the
Yeah.
D. Okay.
Detroit winters might have been how Motown got started. Don't quote me, but this is my working theory. Detroit winters might have been because we had to figure out what was going to bring enough joy to
Hilarious.
keep us sane in the Detroit winter time. And without the Detroit winter, would we have had Motown? That's what I want to know. I don't know. So that's what's going to do DeluLu right now for
I
me.
guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
That's awesome. 6 concerts.
Yeah.
Gosh. What were the others?
Next summer, it's about to be on. It's about to be on. I went to Michael Frank's. I went to go see Celine Savant.
Yes.
I went to 2 outdoor concerts. I went to Maxwell, and there was something else I went to. I think it was another outdoor concert. So
you were out
several
here in
just
the streets.
outdoor concerts in the park, plus 2 indoor concerts, and then the Maxwell at the Aretha Amphitheater. Yes, I've been out here. But that's nothing. There are so many more that I did not even know about. I came to this late. So next summer,
Oh, it's
about to
on
be
and popping. Okay.
It's about to be on. I feel like I should do a tour of Detroit for the next summer. If you're not in Detroit for the summer, I'm just saying, what are you doing? And if you haven't learned the Tamia line dance by then,
This Tamia line dance. I hope you learn it. I really do, girl.
I will.
I hope you get it down pat.
I will
Okay?
have it. I will have it. There will be a video of me doing it.
I'm
Please
rooting for
pray
you.
for me. Pray. I need prayer.
You already on my list, girl. You already on me. You already know. I'll just add. I'll do another
bullet
line,
point.
another bullet point underneath. She needs to get this line dance down. Lord, please, Lord, the Holy Spirit, please come down and bless her with these moves. Okay, so my DeluLu Land, what's good is there's a first grade teacher from Namibia. Her name is Gelda Waterboard, quite a name, and she went viral teaching kids about bodily autonomy. And in the tune of Wheels on the Bus, she has a song called, I'm just going to sing it. These are my private parts, private parts, private parts. These are my private parts. No one should touch them. And if you touch my private parts, private parts, private parts, if you touch my private parts, I will tell my mama. I will tell my papa. I will tell my teachers. And then she has these hand movements where she's touching the private parts. Shit, we should be singing these to adults.
I'm not even. I was going to say something. And
some of these adults need to hear this song. Anyway. Oh, ooh, okay. Final word.
I'm going to. Too much. Final word. My final word is Ciara's prayer. So there was yet another interview of Ciara, CultureCon this time. Yet another time.
This woman and her prayer, y'all.
They asked her what the prayer. She ain't never telling you what the prayer is. I'm telling you, she ain't never telling you. She ain't never.
Wait, she hasn't shared what the prayer is?
She has never shared. No, she has not. She's only said what the concept. And I know why now. Because you know what? The specific prayer that she did was the radio signal for Russell Wilson. And he's taken now, ladies. You can't do Ciara's prayer in its exact verbiage because that's the radio signal for Russell Wilson. Now, what she did do in this interview with CultureCon was give the strategy, the prayer strategy that led to the prayer. So this is what you could do. Okay. You might not want Russell Wilson. You might want Jerome Brown. You don't know who you want.
Who's Jerome Brown?
So just somebody made up.
I know.
That you might want Future. Who knows? So, I mean, I don't know. To each their own. I am on this. We listen and we don't judge faith. Okay. But the keys to her prayers.
On that one. You don't. I'm judging.
I mean, listen. The key to her prayer, she said, was clarity. Getting clear on all the things going on in her life, what she wanted, what she didn't want, but particularly what she did not want, what she was experiencing that she wanted to no longer experience. And then determining with specificity what she did want to experience and start praying for that, but also speaking life into that experience and that outcome and being unceasing until that's what was manifested, what she saw. So the keys to Ciara's prayer, we don't get the words, the specific words, but you can do this. You can create your own prayer. And that's clarity, specificity, positivity, and consistency. That's the prayer says. That's the prayer.
That's what I did. A few weeks back, I talked about the law of attraction pages. Essentially, it's the same thing. Everything on one side was things I didn't want in the relationship, which was my last relationship. And everything on the other side was the things I did want, which wasn't present in my last relationship. And it was like my ideal blank. And so it was a sheets of like my ideal husband. So that's what I did. Put it in an envelope, prayed over it, set it and forget it. And Jackson appeared. So yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Well, what's your final word?
Worked for her, so it worked for you too.
Prayer works.
In the words of Blue Telusma, who goes by Blue Centric on her socials, it's okay to be soft. Be soft, ho.
Be soft, ho. In closing, be soft, ho.
Be soft, ho.
Okay. I love it.
It's okay. We can be soft. It's fine.
It's the season of softness.
Yeah. Be soft. Go be soft today and the
Go
rest
be
of this
soft.
week.
Go be soft. I'm gonna start saying that to people. Go be soft.
Go be soft.
It might be like the Southern, well, bless your heart. Go be soft.
Be soft. It's okay.
Go be soft.
Yeah.
That's what we need to say. That you know what? That just needs to be the retort. If anybody's working your nerves this week, go be soft.
Go be soft.
What do you
It's
say to
okay.
that? Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, have a great rest of the week, y'all. Mocha wants you to have a good week too.
I know. Until next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.